You might think that Coachella is a music festival, but you're wrong. It's actually one huge competition. Who has a nicer outfit, who gets more free stuff from brands, and who has a nicer accommodation. Some people stay in multi-million-dollar mansions, others get sent to luxurious hotels, and then there are some who are sleeping on the campsite. But even there, you'll find tents that are so fancy and decorated that they resemble more a studio apartment than an actual camping site. So I went down a rabbit hole to see what Coachella looks like at every level and why people are saying that there is a poor and rich side of the event. So first we have to take a look at where Kylie Jenner is staying, because this is obviously the most fancy accommodation we can find. So in her recent TikTok, she showed a house in which she's staying in. It's this huge mansion, obviously with a pool. There is a basketball court. There is also a cinema room. Like, the house is huge. This house wasn't rented for Coachella, I'm pretty sure. I think this is her family's house in Palm Springs. It always surprises me that so many celebrities buy homes which are just like so empty. Like, they are very spacious, but they don't seem to have a soul. It's almost like there is space just for the sake of having space. This house is probably more for like hosting parties, etc. So I assume it looks different with like people there, but it just always surprises me anytime I watch like an LA celebrity, influencer, whatever house tour, that their houses are just so huge and empty. It feels like I'm watching somebody who lives in a mall or like an office building. Like, the house is not really a home, it's more of a backdrop, really. But I guess to each their own. But people in the comments were pointing out something different. Like, someone said, "Can we stop idolizing rich people? This video is so out of touch considering the world situation." And there were also other people in the comments pointing out that they cannot afford the most basic things like healthcare, and someone even mentioned a nightstand. This contrast is really hard to ignore, because she might just be showing her house in Palm Springs, but the comments are filled with people talking about how they cannot afford the most basic stuff. But what I noticed about the Kardashian-Jenner family is that they do not care at all. Like, their brand is being rich and famous, and no matter what the comments say, they are going to flaunt their wealth. Because at the end of the day, people pointing out how much their life contrasts that of everyday people only reinforces their brand, which is focused on being rich and showing up at all the important events. Their posts may seem tone deaf to us, but I don't think they ever wanted to relate to everyday people. And the more detached they seem, the more people are going to put them on the pedestal. But coming back to Coachella accommodations, let's take a look at an influencer who got sent to that festival by Barbie of all brands.
We have made it to the desert with Barbie, and we just got to our room. Room revealed. Let me show you guys.
Honestly, the room itself doesn't really feel very Barbie coded. It's just like a normal hotel room. Like, it is fancy, but it's not like Barbie coded, you know what I mean?
I feel like a child on Christmas. They said, "This Barbie is recharging. Do not disturb." Barbie! Barbie called me Barbie. Oh my god. We're so excited to be celebrating Barbie's very first Coachella with you. I'm too, Barbie! We need to calm down. If Mom was here, you already know what she would say. So normal. Oh my god! Barbie font!
They get a lot of Barbie merch though, like there is a robe, a Stanley Cup, a hand sanitizer. There are some boxes in the back that I think may be makeup boxes. Then there are suitcases, pajamas, skincare, all this stuff. A lot of stuff. So the girls got sent to Coachella by Barbie. I would assume they are on the type of trip where they have everything paid for, so the flights, the accommodation, the tickets, etc. Because if you've watched my previous video, you know that's not always the case. But when I watch those room tours, they don't have that festival feel at all. I know influencers don't go there to experience like the camping life of being at a festival. They go there to promote products and go to after parties and stuff. They are aren't interested in sleeping in a tent and queuing up for showers, but just the entire festival vibe is stripped of the experience. And the room itself isn't even that special, it's all the free stuff that they are getting that makes it feel expensive. While everyday people bring a truck full of stuff to like survive this festival, influencers not only get every necessity provided for them, but also get additional gifts on top of that. But someone also showed like an ordinary person's hotel room during Coachella. So this girl showed a room and she says she paid 2K for this. I assume it's 2K for the entire weekend, not for the night. But as we can see, it's just like a basic hotel room, like nothing fancy, just like a normal hotel. And honestly, 2K for this type of room, which is very simple, seems a little bit outdated, might be a lot, but you have to keep in mind that this is Coachella, so this is a time of very high demand. Over 100,000 people attend every weekend of Coachella, so I think 2K for like the whole weekend isn't the worst. Like, it's a lot in different conditions, but when you take into account that it's Coachella, I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, that's the hotel of like a normal everyday person. Definitely in comparison with influencer hotel rooms, this isn't as fancy, like obviously, but then again, when you go to a festival, I don't think anyone just spends time in their hotel room. Like, you go there to go to a festival, to go to concerts, so the hotel room is really there only for you to sleep in, I would hope. But it's definitely interesting how a simple hotel room like this looks so out of place for an event like Coachella. Let's now see some people who are staying on the festival grounds. First, we'll take a look at La Campana, I'm not sure, which according to the Coachella website is camping, but make it nice with private preset temperature control tents equipped with real beds for up to 2 or 4 people. So right now, the prices on the Coachella website are not available anymore because obviously like it's all been booked and stuff, but I found somewhere that last year it cost between $2,500 to $4,000 for the weekend. So yeah, I really couldn't find reliable info for this year, and I saw some people in the comments saying that it costs 10K for the weekend. I really don't know where they got that information from. I don't think it costs 10K, it's probably closer to like 4K for the weekend, I would assume. Either way, it is definitely more expensive than the hotel room we saw, but then again, it's like closer to the festival. And this TikTok creator showed how it looks on the inside. So it's really simple. I mean, there is a bed and a table, but I guess it has to be really nice to have AC in California. So yeah, it's very basic, but it seems like clean, and I think that's okay. Like, that's enough for like a 3-day festival. But even though they have those tents, which in my opinion offer enough space for like just one weekend at a festival, this guy and his friends decided to build like an additional tent. It's kind of like a living room and a kitchen, so I'm going to show you. So they have like a sitting space here where they can hang out and like talk and eat and drink and whatever. And then later he shows something that would be kind of like a kitchen where they keep their food and stuff like this. I saw a lot of people on TikTok build those like additional tents to hang out in, and it just really got me thinking, would I care enough to build something like this? I mean, if I'm going to a festival just for the weekend, would I really put in all the work to like build this thing? Like, you already have the tents, you can hang out in the tents. Like, no hate or anything, it's not like they're doing anything wrong, but I would think if you go to a festival, you're mostly spending time either at the concerts or doing one of the, like, there's so many activities offered at Coachella. I don't think many people are just hanging out in their tents. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I probably wouldn't care enough to build something like this, but I guess if it serves them, then like, good for them. Another camp you can stay at is called the Safari Camp, and it's a lot fancier. Like, it's probably the fanciest camp you can stay at. And one creator showed the bathroom situation there, and honestly, I was just like so interested to see like what the bathroom situation is at Coachella.
Safari shower. Let's see if this one's open. See, like, okay. Oh, okay, stool. I brought wipes.
Honestly, I don't know why she said that. Like, I got vibes insinuating that she's not going to take a shower there, because in my opinion, the showers look really nice, especially for a camping situation. I mean, they are kind of spacious, they look clean, and they're completely private. Like, you don't have other people around you, so I really don't know why she reacted like this. But then she showed the restrooms.
Okay. Hey. Ooh, I'm gonna take some of those. Awesome. Okay. Can hold it for. I can like not poop for 3 days. It's fine.
I don't know, she doesn't seem very happy with this, but I think for a camping situation, this is really good. Like, it looks like an actual bathroom. It's not like a porta potty or anything like this. So I don't know why she doesn't like it, but I think this is good given the circumstances, especially. I think this might be one of those moments where expectations are completely different based on what you're used to. Because if I went to like a camping site and that was the bathroom situation, I would be really happy with it. But the camping she's staying at is probably like the fanciest one there, and I also found a video from somebody who showed how like the bathrooms look like in other places.
So this is the shower and shower area. So this is what the showers look like. Oh. That is.
She showed this mobile shower that a guy who was staying at La Campagna showed as well. So I think this is like the most popular type of shower that you get at Coachella. I still think this is pretty decent. In a minute, you'll see a video of like what I imagined the shower situation was. But obviously it's not as private, it's not as fancy, but I feel like for like a camping situation, that is still pretty good. But I expected that it would be more like something this girl showed.
Shower situation, this is the pop-up that we have. Inside we have this bamboo mat so your feet don't get dirty with the muddy grass, and we have our bucket filled with water, and this is the shower head that we use. So basically all you do is you push that, turns on, and this doesn't turn on unless you actually push the button. So you push and it's just like a regular shower head.
So she brought her own like makeshift shower to avoid the queues for like the showers that Coachella offers. And to be honest with you, this is what's giving me camping vibes. This is what I imagined a lot of people would use. But then again, I guess then the festival wouldn't be as popular, so I'm not surprised they provide something, of better quality. So now that we've seen a makeshift shower, let's take a look at like a poor side of Coachella, because we saw people staying in hotels and fancy mansions. So let's now see how the people who bought the cheapest option are doing. So these girls are showing that they have their truck parked, and behind the truck they have a tent in which they are sleeping in, and then they use like the back of the truck as a place to kind of, I don't know, hang out in, eat in, and all the stuff. So they have a parking spot and like a tent right behind it, and everyone is like, this is the poor side of Coachella, this is what normal people would do. Like, it probably is like the poor side of Coachella, because from what I found, this is the cheapest option, so it's, I guess, as poor as you can get at Coachella. But I just thought everyone lives like this on Coachella, so I was surprised when I saw like the fancy camping sites. But even though people are staying in tents there, sometimes they decorate it in a very fancy way. Like, this girl showed her like very girly tent, and it is pretty and very pink. There's a disco ball, there are all those like lights you can see flickering, the blanket is there, it's cute and girly. But I'm just like wondering if I would care enough to like put all of this up just for one weekend. Like, you're not going there for a week, you're just there for one weekend, and you're not going to spend this much time in a tent. Like, no hate if someone wants to do it, but I just wouldn't care enough. I would bring a tent and some sleeping bags, and that probably would be it. And maybe that portable shower thing, because that was a really good idea, not to stand in those queues. Obviously, we can't talk about Coachella Camping without mentioning Jerry Anthony. If you don't know who Jerry is, his video went viral viral last year because he brought so much unnecessary decor. So let's take a look at how his setup looks this year.
I already set up the rug and the canopy, but let's set up the rest. So instead of bringing an air-up mattress this year, I decided to bring an air-up couch.
It's absolutely sending me that he brought a full-on couch to Coachella, and it's not even for sleeping, it's just for sitting on it.
And it's so hot today, I had to break out the fans immediately before I did anything else. Instead of bringing one big folding table, I decided to do two skinny tables next to each other to give a little extra room. And honestly, to help stay a little bit more organized this year, I decided to bring a clothing rack.
A clothing rack at a festival where you'll be staying for 3 days is crazy work.
I also set up this table in front of the couch, and then added this touch lamp for when it gets dark. And I brought a few familiar things from last year, purely because they were both useful, but they also just look good. And
I think this suitcase was the funniest thing for me last year because this is so unnecessary. It's just for decoration, and I don't see a point of bringing it there. Like, honestly, just leave it at your house. It's fine. It's just 1 weekend. You'll survive without the suitcase.
And I added the same folding chairs that I used last year just for different options for seating. And instead of using this as a shower, we're just going to use this as a changing. This air-up mattress made to fit my car will be the perfect spot to sleep. And then I just added the rest of the stuff like our food and clothes. And how could I forget the cherry on top to the decor? And that's our campsite this year. I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. It feels a lot more practical, but still looks great.
I'm not going to lie. It looks pretty, it looks fancy, it looks like a nice place to stay for the festival. But then again, does anyone need to bring furniture to a music festival? I mean, it ended up looking like a studio apartment and he's only going to be there for like 3 days. But I guess, given that it's Coachella and it's so much about the aesthetics and the content you're going to post from there, it feels like setting up and decorating your tent is almost part of the experience. After looking at all those TikToks of people showing their stays, it feels like everyone is trying to one-up each other. That's why when we see videos, for example, from that girl who had like an ordinary hotel room, or the girls who just brought a simple tent, it feels like they aren't at the same event. People think that Jerry is staying at the rich side of Coachella because his tent is decorated so nicely and looks so fancy. But in all honesty, he's probably at the same campsite or a very similar campsite to the girls who brought just a tent and were sitting in the back of their truck. Because at this point, it's not about the price, but how much attention you are paying to how nicely decorated and aesthetic your setup is. It really feels like Coachella isn't really about the festival experience or going to concerts of your favorite artists, but about making your version of Coachella look as aesthetic as possible so you can post about it on social media. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comments, and if you want to see how some people fought just to get tickets to Coachella, check out this video right here. Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye!